What's up, guys? Got a lot going on.
Warheart Art said he would like to hear without chorus sometime.
Hear it without chorus. Okay. I got a trick for that. You know, I'm an '80s guy. I can't play anything without chorus. How about flanger? Pick some of that out. I like effects. Let me see if I can take everything out.
Birdman says, do you have an overhead cam set up?
I do not have an overhead cam. With OBS, the only thing I can get working is 2 cameras. I actually have a 3rd camera right there. I just haven't been able to get OBS to recognize it. It's not, I don't think it's an OBS issue, it's my cameras. I have Mevos. So to get a 3rd camera on OBS, I have to hook my Mevos up to the network, and then I have to switch between the Mevo cameras with an app on my phone. I can't do that in OBS because it doesn't see it that way. So as a direct Wi-Fi feed into OBS, I can only have 1 camera. It doesn't recognize them as independents. When I do videos, I try to have 3 cameras. I was working on some editing today, and that edit work has an upper camera. What's weird is sometimes that's a GoPro 8, it's an older model, and I've had issues with it overheating. So part of the video that I'm working on now had overhead and some of it doesn't. The other box? You just have to, I can't hear you.
His address.
Huh?
You can see his address.
Oh, okay. 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys. Had something I had to remove. Let me see, did I get the chorus out? Yeah, there's no chorus, okay? There's no chorus, no flanger, so.
Warheart said, okay, chorus was fine.
Yeah, the flanger is a little much. I've been working on but I don't have it clean yet. I got to figure out how to mute between that, but I want to be able to pull. I don't know how. I want to end. I really don't want to have the mute strike. I want to. I don't know how I'm going to resolve that yet. But here's the guitar without chorus. And if you can't tell, I bought my own RGA. I'm so happy. But the blue one's still here. If this is any indication of how I feel about this guitar, that should tell you something. This is the best bang for your buck guitar that I have seen. I spoke to Steve earlier about this guitar. I wasn't going to play it tonight. And then I said, you know, instead of just coming out with the video with what I plan on doing with it, I'm just going to, this is a journey and you guys are part of the journey. So I wanted to pick something that I knew that I liked. And the issue with buying guitars, it's like Firefly or Gibson. Every company, I don't want to pick on Firefly and Gibson. Gibson is probably the worst, and they have the worst reputation.
How's your finger? Wasn't it bothering you the other night?
It's still bugging me. It's right on my knuckle, and it's still really deep. But it is what it is. And you'll notice that I'm going to be playing sloppy. Probably, it's probably going to take 2 or 3 weeks for this to heal. So bear with my sloppy playing until my finger heals. I don't want to throw Gibson under the bus. I don't want to throw Firefly under the bus. I point those out because I've seen Gibson make just phenomenal instruments. And then you pick another one up and it's kind of like, oh, what happened to this one? And I've kind of had the same experience with Firefly. Some of their models are just phenomenal. And then other times they release a model and they've bored the holes for the bridge right next to the route and you know it's not going to hold. Or they haven't hammered the frets down and the strings catch under the frets. Or the pickups are microphonic. And then they'll come out with another model and they just nail it. You know, for the $200 to $250 price mark, they just nail it. It's perfect. Like the White Ash Firefly that we're doing the videos on now. I truly think at that when that guitar was released. I think I paid $199 or $229 for it. It was $250 shipped to my house, or $230 shipped to my house. Awesome guitar. When Firefly comes back out with that model, I pray that they don't alter it. The only thing they need to do, if they want, is put a little bit better pickup in it. But at the price they had it at, that guitar is 100% acceptable. The bridge worked, good tuning keys. We're doing a video series on it right now. Great guitar. The purple ash body guitars they made a Les Paul and a Strat model. Both of those guitars, great guitars. Great guitars. If you want to put better pickups on them, great. But the factory pickups were fine. That's kind of how I feel about this guitar. Okay. Now we've had this one, a couple months now. So I know this guitar is a different production run than those. When that guitar was manufactured, they didn't make this color. This is a brand new color from Ibanez. And this is called Natural Ash. It's beautiful. Look, they did the headstock too. That got my vote. This one, they did the headstock on. Some of their models, they don't do that. Like the S model, the headstock's black on it with the veneer. Come on, Ibanez. You're doing it on the RGA models. Give us that extra $5 laminate, because it's an import. It's not costing you $5. Where are these made? Indonesia. In Indonesia, $5 will laminate this headstock on the S models. Give it to us. I'll pay $5 more. I know it's not costing you $5 at the court plant for those guys to do that. And you'd have a winner with that model as well. I chose this one. And when I was talking to Steve on the phone, I told him that I'd planned on putting pickups on it. And the first thing he said, he goes, aren't those quantums? I'm like, yeah, they're quantums. I like the quantum pickups. Okay? And these pickups won't be thrown away. If I do put different pickups on the guitar, I'm going to keep them and I'm going to put them in something else, because I actually do like the pickups. I have already ordered pickups for this guitar. All right. And I'm kind of hoping the company that I reached out to, they accepted my offer. Okay. And there's a caveat to it. The email or message that I got from them on Reverb was said, we'll look into the second part of your email and get back to you. I pretty much asked them, I said, look, it's a growing channel and I've featured your products on the channel before, but we also do guitar giveaways and stuff like that. Would you consider letting us purchase products at your cost? I'll put them on the channel for giveaways, and in turn, for that cost of that product, I will mention your company. We'll see what they say. I've got my fingers crossed that they will say sure. Now it's not an expensive pickup, so you might be looking at a $10. They're selling on Reverb and eBay. So if I got $10 off, okay, that's fine. That's $10 that saves for the channel. I don't expect him to come back and say, oh yeah, we got 50% mark on these. They got to ship them. They got to do everything else. So on a $60 or $65 set of pickups, if I could come in at $55 or $50 and cost for $15, I'll mention them. Technically, I'm already doing it now. I guess what I'm looking for is just throw me a bone. It's not for my personal use. I'll promote the product. I'll play the product. So I did talk to Steve about that, and he did question it. Now I'm looking for bridges. So this is the stock Ibanez bridge on this guitar, just like that one. Is there anything wrong with it? Do the saddles move around? No, I haven't had a problem with the saddles moving around. Now notice the saddles on this bridge, they're not captured. Okay, if you look at the hip shot bridge, the piece of metal comes around this edge right here, and the saddles are captured, so they can't slide around. On very, 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 very cheap bridges, and I'm pointing at you, Fender, the saddles have a tendency of moving around. And it's not just Fender, Swire, some of the Fireflies. There's no track groove, okay, down here for this screw, this little screw that adjusts the height. This bridge, they have machined grooves in this base plate. So that screw goes down into that groove and it prevents that saddle from being able to move around. If it doesn't have that, you'll notice the saddles will shift. Okay? Start looking. 99% of the bridges do not have a groove for that screw to set in, and they do shift. So I'm looking at the hip shot bridge, and they make two versions. Make a .125 solid brass plate, okay, that's brass with stainless steel saddles. Now it's all finished in black, but it is stainless steel saddles with a brass base plate. Then they make a .175, which is just a thicker deck, which increases the mass, okay. I'm gonna order, if I get one, the .175. Because one, I can kick this up just a little bit, and I can add just a little bit more negative rake to the guitar. Looking at it, this guitar appears to have just a fraction of negative rake. So everyone knows I like negative rake.
Birdman says, will we be seeing this one in a review, maybe comparing to the blue one?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I kind of like this one because it is a later production run. So we can kind of compare production runs. And so everyone knows, just a heads up, next week I start working on the Ibanez gym that's in the basement. So Brian, if you're listening, I apologize, it's just been busy. But I plan on working on the guitar next week. With that being said, our Ibanez gym came in. We didn't have enough money to pick up both guitars. But I was able to feel the neck on that guitar. And the neck on the gym we just ordered is far better than the neck on the one Brian sent us for review.
And it's so pretty.
Yeah, Linnell, it is sharp. It's a sharp looking guitar. And I want to qualify, if you watch that review, I tried 3 times to capture the color of that guitar with my cameras, changing the white balance. For whatever reason, my GoPros just will not capture the color of that gem. It is a smack you in the face color. And today at the shop, when they brought that thing out with their 500K lights in that place, ooh, boy, it was bright. So if you go back and watch that review, just go to guitar reviews. It'll be Ibanez Gym. Keep in mind, my cameras really aren't doing the color of that guitar justice. But we're going to fix Brian's guitar. We're going to make it right. I'm going to fix the neck on it. The next thing I want to point out on Brian's Gym, if you watch that review, I put the specs that Ibanez claims it is on the upper corner over here, right there. And then I tell you what the spec is on the model. Go back and watch that review. When I mic the thickness of the neck, it's a millimeter off here and down here, according to Ibanez's spec on what that neck thickness should be in those 2 locations. With that being said, being a whole millimeter off, I'm thinking that guitar may have got skipped on one of the sanding stages, because the neck on this guitar is just butter smooth. Now, the gem we just saw, it felt smooth. I didn't feel the stubble that the gym downstairs has on it.
Zach said he can't hear me.
He can't hear you. You sound really loud to me. Speak again, I'll look at your volume.
I don't know. Nobody else I mean, Birdman said earlier he couldn't hear me, but nobody has said anything since I've been running my mouth.
Well, I have Linnell turned down. She doesn't want to be super loud, guys. But I can punch her volume up just a little bit.
Well, I mean, if they want to think I'm screaming at them, okay.
There you go. I did punch up her volume just a little bit, so hopefully that did help. And I'm gonna crank mine just a little bit more.
So is it thicker than they spec'd?
The gym downstairs that Brian sent me, yes, it's 1 millimeter thicker up here and here. So that's why I'm thinking maybe they missed a sanding stage, something in the sanding. I'm really having issues with my channel strip tonight, guys. It is just all over the place. Like right there, it just clipped. And then if I barely talk a little lower, it's doing some weird things. I have the compressor completely off. I don't know what's going on with it. But yeah, the neck is thicker than what the factory claims what it's supposed to be. So what I'm gonna do when fixing the guitar, we're gonna reshape the back of the neck. Basically, I did some of that type work on Jupe's guitar. This time I will film it and show you how to properly shape a guitar neck. So I'm gonna mic it. When I tested it during the review, it was 1 millimeter too thick, top and bottom. So we're gonna get that milled down to where it matches the Ibanez spec. I'm thinking it just missed. When it come off the rough sander and was stacked, maybe someone walked by, looked at the neck, and put it in the wrong pile, and it was just missed. That's the only thing. Being that far out of factory spec makes me think it missed a sanding stage. But 1 millimeter on finish sand, that's a lot. So we're gonna make the one. We'll end up getting the gym that's down there in about 2 weeks. So we're gonna mic that one and see what that one mics out at, and see how close it is to the factory spec. But I think for what you're getting, the gym is a good buy, because you're paying basically $70 more versus this guitar. Okay, now we're talking MAP prices. Okay, so the gym is $550. This guitar is $470. Okay, but you're getting another pickup and you're getting a floating bridge. Now, if you go back and watch the review, please look at the comments. There's a lot of comments that people have bought that guitar, and within 6 months to a year, the bridge starts not holding tune. So that's telling me that the posts and the bridge plate's made out of soft metal. So if you buy one, expect putting a bridge in it. That's kind of what the comments are telling me. I can only review the guitar new, if that makes sense, guys. So if it's working and performing properly when I review it, that's what I'm going to report to you guys. I had absolutely no problems with tuning stability with the guitar whatsoever. Comments are telling me that it doesn't stay that way. So you might be looking at spending $130 for a Godot 1996 bridge for it to make that guitar right. I have no issues with the quantum pickups in that guitar. I really like the quantum pickups. I like the pickups in this. But I ordered a set of guitar heads for this. I guess I'll let the cat out of the bag. Didn't want to say until they emailed me back. But I did order a set of hex buckers. And the hex buckers are a high output PAF style pickup. So a lot like a super distortion. We're going to see. I haven't bought the hex buckers in probably 8 years. The Z buckers that I put in the white ash firefly, they're a PAF style too, with just a little bit more kick than a standard PAF. So they're a very traditional style pickup. These have more output. Probably very similar to these Quantums, maybe just a little bit more push. So something else I'd like to do, I'd like to put locking tuners on the guitar and a real Graph-Tech nut. So we'll see. Does the guitar have issues with the nut? No. I haven't had any issues with the blue one. So I might just stick with the nut. The tuners seem to do fine for this price point guitar. But I'm building this guitar because I like them. I like the guitar. So I want to make it a little better. Ibanez really doesn't offer this model in a higher class, like mid-grade level. You have to go up into the $1,800, $1,500 price range to get a better RGA. So I'm going to take it upon myself to make this cheaper RGA a mid-grade. I can only do so much. They no longer make the RGA with the 5-piece neck. Now they did about 8 years ago, and it was about an $800 or $900 guitar. But Ibanez right now is not making the 5-piece and 3-piece RGA necks for the model like this. So that's fine. I'll live with the shiplap and put like a hip shot high mass bridge on it, maybe some hip shot tuners. I just want something just a little better. Now, have I had any problems with the stock bridge and stock tuners? Absolutely not. It's just, I want something just a little better. Just a little better. But I want best guitar that I've found. I got a good price on this guitar. Go to your local store, work with them, talk to them. Okay? I didn't beat, this guitar came from Shenandoah Music. I buy a lot of guitars at Shenandoah Music. I have built a relationship with them. And they know if I say, hey, can you work with me a little bit? They know that I know business. So as long as they are fair on the price and give me a little off, they know I wouldn't be asking if I wasn't serious about buying it. That's the difference. Don't go in and say, well, can you do better on that? And they give you a good price. They go, okay, let me think about it. Be prepared to buy it. Because every time you do that, they're going to go, this guy's not going to buy it. He's just wasting my time. I know it's hard to say that, but they have other customers. Okay? If they know that they can get that thing off the wall and sell it and move it out quick, they'll do it. But you have to go in and treat them with respect. So they did give me a little price discount on this. And like I said, I'm not beating them up. I'll let them say, hey, yeah, we'll give you a little discount on that. It's like 10%. I'm good with 10%, guys. Because I know my local store, they're not making 40% mark on these. I would say they're at 30, 35% mark. So if they give me 10%, that puts them at 20 or 25% mark. And on this guitar, that's not a lot of money. They've got to put the order in. Someone's got to sit down, figure out what they're going to order, put the order in. When the truck comes in, they got to unload the truck, bring it in, unbox it, check the inventory, make sure it's not damaged, call the customer. I know you're like, well, that's not a lot. Well, if you've got 50 items coming in on a truck, that's somebody half a day's work. We got to pay that employee. So it really adds up. Plus you got to do the ordering. So I don't beat them up. I know they can survive on 10%, and I'm a quick, easy sale, if that makes sense. They know I'm going to come in, make payments on it. They know I'm good for it. Just go in and ask them. This guitar just blows my mind. This one does too. This is a heck of a guitar for $450. That's what I paid for it. Look at the cutaways on that thing. It's a beautiful back on that guitar. The binding. Now there is one spot on the guitar. I felt it on the finish of the guitar. There's a little piece of dirt somewhere. I don't know where it's at, but there's a little spot where some dirt got in the top coat when I was looking at it. Oh. Is that it? I don't know where it's at. That's how bad it is. I can't find it. But I do know there is one right there. It is. I just felt it. Right there. There's a little tiny bit of dirt got in the finish. Right there.
Zach keeps saying just steal Linnell's guitar.
Actually, I like the blue one, but I like the raw wood finish on this one. I do. It's quite sharp. I like the light browns. Oh, it's got the light brown and then the dark. I like that. And then like right here, it's really, really light with like a medium gray. That's sharp looking. And right here, they've got the darker stain and the hook. It's sharp. And it sounds just as good as that one. Let me turn the gain back a little bit because I had the gain really cranking for that drop tuning. That's the big thing I've noticed with this guitar, the harmonics on both of them. It's just a nice playing guitar.
Mikey said congratulations on the new guitar.
Huh?
Mikey said congratulations on the new guitar.
I know. Linnell's been getting all the new guitars lately. I liked it so much, and you guys pick on me about always playing Linnell's guitar. A lot of you are like, well, why in the world would you do that? Because I really like the guitar. And these are great little guitars. If you're on the fence about, the price point on the RGA, just go down to the store and buy one. Or at least go down and play one. Go down and play it. Keep in mind, this is a name brand instrument. This is out of the box. I haven't changed anything on it. Something I have noticed, I think the high EB, is a fraction higher set from the factory than that one. But it's still fine. But I think the higher strings are set a little higher than Linnell's. I like it. That's what it's about, finding a guitar that you like. And at this price point, that's pretty good. Uh, Now there's a member on the channel sent me a video on Discord today. Sent me a video about Kaler tremolos. I love Kaler tremolos. I really do. I'm a Kaler fan. And his message was, what do you think? It was about their locking system. When you push the bridge down, it locks the bridge. Kaler's a great tremolo. The issue is, back in the day, Floyd Rose just destroyed Kaler in lawsuits. And since then, manufacturers just have gotten used to Floyd Rose. Are we going to see Kaler tremolos on more guitars? I would hope so. I know G&L did Kaler on their guitars. When I reached out to Kiesel, nope. Kiesel will not route your guitar for a Kaler. No interest. To me, that's a lost opportunity. Kiesel makes a good guitar. Their A2, I would love to have a Kiesel A2 with that locking tremolo from Kaler on it. Can't buy it. You can't get a Jackson with a Kaler on it. I would much rather have the new Kaler system than a Floyd Rose. I started playing Floyd Roses, I guess about the same time that I started this YouTube channel. And I've gotten used to them, okay? It's not something that you can't get used to, but I still prefer Kaler. And when I say Kaler, I'm a Fulcrum tremolo Kaler user. I'm not a cam Kaler user. Nothing against the cam bridges. And I know you can fix it. I know you can change the springs on. Every cam base I just felt was too spongy. If you want a really soft, now this is going to Jupe. Jupe, you say you like a soft working tremolo? Right there's your answer. Don't even look at the Fulcrum base. Just get an old school, they still make them, cam base Kaler. And they're just silky butter smooth. Very little effort on those bridges. I keep forgetting to tell you that because the guitars that you've sent me all have Floyd Roses. So you might want to look at a guitar that has a Fulcrum base Kaler on it. That might be the tremolo that you've always been looking for. Or you can reach out to Kaler and ask them about that tremolo. You know, with it's basically a fixed bridge and a tremolo all in one. I'm sure Mr. Kaler can tell you what spring set to get with that to give it a very soft feel. They are masters at that kind of stuff. They deal with so many different customers and so many different manufacturers in the past. That is something that's already been worked out, if that makes sense. So I'd reach out to Kaler and just ask them about it. But if you like a soft feel, the cam bass tremolo is where it's at. I thought about it. I thought about putting the new Kaler on this RGA. I kind of like the fixed bridge. Why? Because if I strike the E note and I bend up, the E stays in tune. With the new Kaler bridge, it does the exact same thing. When the tremolo arm is down at the 6 o'clock position, the bridge is locked. When you go to pick it up and do dive bombs, it unlocks the tremolo. As soon as it swings back down to the 6 o'clock position, the bridge is now a fixed tail again. And you can do all your bends without the bridge going wacky and floating. When you palm mute, you don't have to worry about playing too hard. And as your palm hits the bridge, your tune of your guitar is going like this. It fixes all those issues. If you want to bring the bar around to the back side and do flutters and all that weird stuff, it still allows you. But from about the 4:30 to 7:30 spot, it's got a spot where the arm's going to want to kick to 6 o'clock. Okay? And at the 6 o'clock position, it locks. It's almost like a divot Like it'll come down and it just slides into that spot. So it's not something firm. When you go down to reach it, it pops right out. Believe me, it's a nice system. So I thought about maybe routing out the RGA for that tremolo. I would have the best of both worlds. I'd have my fixed tail, bridge. That's why I bought this guitar, because it's fixed tail. And I'd still have my bridge. So I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I'll probably not do it. Most of my guitars here from my guitars, are floating bridges. So I really want a guitar that just has a hardtail on it. I want a couple hardtail guitars. So maybe in the future we can route it out and install one of the new Kaler systems on it.
Mikey said hold the two RGAs side by side.
This one is more of like a flame. On the finish. And this one's more of like a flat song. They're both beautiful. They've got a black model now too, that they come out with. Yeah, it's much darker than this one. It's like a smoke gray and black. It's pretty sharp. It's a nice guitar. And there's our shiplap joint on the back. Now in real life, this shiplap joint is much more noticeable. The camera's not. There you go. Camera's not picking it up as much. But the neck on this guitar is just butter smooth. Fret dressing on this guitar. There are no sharp frets. But again, it's a basic fret dressing. And something I do want to point out. The upper frets on this guitar feel better than this one. That guitar felt like this one when it was new. So they are polished, but right out of the box, they don't feel super polished, if that makes sense. So the top of the frets for me playing that one, just a little better. It's got a plate, it's been played in. This guitar will do the exact same thing. Is it bad? No. It just doesn't have a highly polished fret on it, but it doesn't feel gritty. Feels fine. But I do want to point that out. So when you buy the guitar, as you play it, it will play in just fine. Something else, these pickups look different every time I look at them. Maybe it's the color of the guitar. The poles stick out. But then I look over at Linnell's and it's the exact same pickup, exact same color. But I noticed the poles more on this. Maybe it's because of the base color of the guitar. But again, the switch and the knobs. The knobs on this feel better than the Gem 2. It doesn't feel as quality as the Jet when you turn them, but the knob itself feels nice. But I like a little more friction on the turn. This still isn't friction free, but I like the feel of that knob on the Jet that we did the review on. To me, that's the perfect feeling knob. It's got it feels butter smooth, but it's got a little resistance to it. This is kind of in between a friction free and the Jet.
Does the truss rod cover slide open?
Yes, it does.
Devastator says it needs toggle switches, Avery.
toggle switches. It needs some push pulls. No push pulls from the factory, so you cannot split the coils. You cannot split the coils on this guitar. I've only played the guitar for about 15 minutes when I brought it home, so the strings are brand new. They just got this guitar. Double check the tune. Just a little bit on the B. Go up to our neck position. Do a little EQ there. It's a little gainy. There we go. I had the tone down too, so I had to roll the tone up. That's got a 5-way switch. So this is position 4. Position 3. Position 2. Bridge position. Sorry about my sloppy playing. I'm really having a hard time coming up and getting a clean fret. I'm telling you that the guitar, it plays too good at this price point. That's called bad finger. I can't get over these. Right now, I still feel that if you can get it for $450, which I know you can, because all our S models, the S models that we own and the RGAs, we have not paid over $450 for any of them. And Liddell's blue one, we got a stupid deal on. So just go in and talk to them. If you're in that $400 price mark, I really think it's a solid instrument for that price. But we're not done. I did speak to Shannon Doyle, and we're going to be bringing, as long as they didn't sell it today, I'm going to be bringing a Gretsch home to do a review on. And it's a $319 Gretsch. Beautiful guitar. It's purple. It has 2 humbuckers on it. Just a sharp looking guitar. And what I noticed about it was, instead of it having placement dots right on the face of the neck, they pushed them up towards the upper end of the fretboard, and it rolls over the fretboard. So when you're looking at it, you can actually see the top inlay dot across the top of the fretboard, and it rolls over. It's really freaking cool. It's something I don't think I've ever seen a manufacturer do. I did see Leo James do the long marks up through the neck, and you could see it on the top, but the inlays were so poorly done. Go back and watch that review. I think they were Tempest models that had the piece going up. The inlay work was atrocious on that guitar. If there wasn't a gallon of wood filler used on that production run of Leo James, I would be surprised, because there was a tremendous amount of filler on it. This Gretsch, looking at it, it was tight and nice. When I looked at the guitar over and I'm looking at the neck pocket, everything looked crisp. When we just did that jet guitar, if I look at the body on that guitar and I look at the neck pocket and I look at the contour of the body, it's crisp, it's clean. There's a finish or a look. When something is machined and done very well, it's hard to explain. When you look at it, you can tell it. There's no sanding imperfections. People, oh, it's okay, we can get that out in the sanding. I don't care who sands it. I do a lot of sanding, and I hate if I have to come back and edge band something or sand an edge band, because I know I'm going to alter that crisp edge of the wood.
Are those stock V8 and V7 pickups in those Ibanez RG models?
No, they are Quantums. Yeah, they are the Quantum pickups. I don't think that they've ran the V7 and V2, V1, V8s. That's an older Ibanez pickup. I'm pretty sure that they were the made in Japan RGs that had those. I do have an Ibanez here with those pickups in it. I plugged that guitar in. I'll say that the V pickups, I think, are maybe a little smoother, but they're not as harmonic, if that makes sense. I don't know if the V's are ceramics or not. The Quantums are ceramic pickups. I like ceramics. Seymour Duncan makes a lot of ceramic pickups. I like ceramic pickups. I'm not a fanboy of, ceramics or Alnicos or Alnico 3, 4, 8, what. If it's a good sounding pickup and it does what my little squirrel ear likes, I don't care. It can be made out of unobtainium. So I know these are ceramic. And the pickups that I just ordered for this guitar, they are ceramic as well. But that's an infrared magnet, and it's a very high grade ceramic pickup. It's just like anything else. There's a cheap Alnico, believe me. They already know how to make an Alnico pickup cheap and still say, oh, it's an Alnico pickup. And you go, oh, it must sound good. It's Alnico. That's only one little thing to the whole recipe. It's like making a great stew and not putting any salt and pepper in it. Well, sometimes you got to put a little salt and pepper in it, and you got to get the ingredients just right. Just because it's Alnico 3 or 5 or 1 or ceramic doesn't mean that it's going to be a good pickup. You have to have the right charge, the right magnets, the right winding, the right, the gauge of the wire, how many windings, the distance that the pole comes out of the pickup to the string, how high the pickup is to the string, the bobbin material makes a difference. Are you using a metal plate on the bottom? Is it a separated magnet? There's so many things that's in that, okay? Each little thing changes it just a little bit. But I personally like the Quantums. I think they're great pickups. That's why I feel that this is the best bang for your buck guitar at $450. Now, when we do the review on this Gretsch, I'm really hoping that Gretsch will step it up.
All right, what model is the Gretsch?
Let me look up the Gretsch for you guys. I was going to go today and see if I could get it, and I couldn't talk Linnell into going without me. We actually went yesterday because I had planned on just relaxing here today.
I know it's a streamliner, right?
I'm pretty sure it's a streamliner.
Yeah.
But I am going to look at, and we can go under price point. Where's refine my search? Refine your search category. Well, that doesn't help. Streamliner. Here's one. Well, that's a bass. There's the gunmetal one. This one's purple. There's the single coil purple. Ah, there it is. Okay, let me pull this up and you guys can see it. So this is the guitar right here. It is a beautiful guitar. And here's the inlays that I was talking about. See how they did the inlays up at the top of the neck? It's sharp.
It's got two pickups, right?
Yep, it's two pickups, two humbuckers. So I'm showing it right now. They should be able to see it. And this purple,
No, there's nothing up on mine yet.
it should be. Unless YouTube's really having a hard time. But
There we go.
it's got two pickups, volume, tone, three-way switch. And again, look at these inlays. I think it's a sharp looking guitar. Here's the back. It is a bolt-on. And the only thing that I wish Gretsch would have done is right here. This heel joint is not tapered. Okay? So this part of the guitar is completely flat. I wish they would have come through here and put a little bit of an access cut right in here and a round up to like right there. Okay? Maybe even bevel this in like this and then a small bevel right here to decrease the thickness of the body. I think that's the only thing they missed on.
Do you want to show them the picture that they actually took?
Yeah, we can do that. Here's the actual guitar. It's a much prettier picture, guys. Manel brought it in. This is the guitar. Now, this doesn't mean you guys can go buy the guitar before I can review it. Wait till I review it. It is a beautiful. Oh, and of course your phone wants to keep it right up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guitar at the store. It kind of looks blue there, but in person, it's very purple. It's a beautiful guitar. The reason I want to review that guitar is when you buy a Firefly now, it's 300. It's almost $300. They're up to $239 to $259 for their guitar plus shipping. It's a Firefly. Now I know what you're saying. I like Firefly. I don't have nothing against Firefly, but Gretsch is a name brand, and if you're on the fence on Gretsch and you buy it, you got to look at resale. On a Firefly, you're going to take a bath. Okay? It's a guitar. We're going to take a bath on it if we go to resell it. That's just guitars. You're going to lose less on the Gretsch than you will the Firefly. You're going to have just a little bit more in the Gretsch. I'm going to say a nice Firefly right now. Actually, guys, before I misspeak, let's actually go and see what Firefly is doing on the LP models. So here's Firefly's LP models. So $199, $219, $249, $239, $269, $249, $219, $199, $199. So okay, let's just take their cheapest guitar. It's a basic finish. It's $199 plus $30 shipping. You're at $230. So you're going to spend $80 more for the Gretsch. Now you could say, okay, well this one's $219, $249 because it's got the fancy neck. I know for a fact that this was a good model. As long as they haven't changed anything, this was a phenomenal guitar by Firefly. We did a review on this guitar. Just a phenomenal guitar. Really good guitar by them. Hopefully they haven't destroyed it and it's still a good guitar. But I'm curious on the Gretsch. What at $319? That's kind of what we're looking for. The issue with Firefly, like I've said a million times before, is usually the pickups. The pickups on the purple Firefly I just showed you, they're borderline. So when people buy that instrument, I always tell them, count on putting pickups on it because the pickups are so-so. And if you look at my other reviews, many times people come in, I've owned this Firefly for a year and the tuning keys have failed. That seems to be another thing Firefly is struggling with is longevity on the tuning keys. When we review the Gretsch, will we know what the guitar will do in a year? No, we won't. But we'll at least know how it is out of the box, and hopefully that video will do well. And then a year from now, people can post, yeah, I've had no problems with the tuning keys. I did this or this or this. That's what it's about. That's why I started the channel. I got an email earlier, well, not an email. It was a message on YouTube from someone that watched my Leo James Headless review. And at first, I read it and I thought he was being kind of not so nice. And then I read it again. I'm like, okay, maybe he's just not overly familiar with the channel. And he asked me, well, you didn't even demo the guitar and you're saying it's not worth buying. There's only been one review on this channel that never made it to the demo channel, and that was Leo James. The Leo James Headless guitar was the worst freaking product I have ever received at any price point. I could go down to Walmart and buy a K guitar for $50 and it's going to play better than that Leo James that I got off Amazon. that thing was just a horrible guitar. It's still in parts down in my basement. I don't feel like remachining the neck pocket and remachining the seat on the neck and fixing all that stuff for a $160 guitar. I just don't. The pickups, I mean, I did plug it in. The pickups weren't that good. So I'm going to have to do all that machine work to get it playable and then turn around and put pickups in it. It's just not worth fixing. So if someone wants a Leo James headless guitar in pieces that needs the neck pocket completely reworked, because it needs about a 1/4 inch either cut off the neck or cut out of the neck pocket. It would be better to probably take it off the neck, set the neck in a fixture and mill the neck pocket, the neck seat down a 1/4 inch. I'm not joking. It needs at least 3/16 of an inch cut off the heel of the neck to even put that thing in the ballpark. So he had made a comment, and I put on there, look, this is not, and he said, all other YouTube channels say this guitar is great. That's great. I don't know what to tell you. All I can say is the guitar that I received was unplayable. And he made a comment, well, you didn't even play it. Well, I remember doing the video, I made a comment that it's just not worth doing a demo one. The string action height was like 2.5 millimeters at the 12th. And the saddles were against the bottom of the bridge plate. They wouldn't go down any further. And it was higher than that out of the box. I lowered all the saddles as low as they would go, and it was still like 2.5 millimeters off the 12th. I said, well, I'll put a shim in it. I put a 1.5 degree shim in it, and it was still 1.75 off the 12th fret. I'm like, I'm not messing with this thing. If I've got to put that much shim in it and it still needs more shim, it's just a bad design. It's a horrible guitar. So I went upstairs, I recorded the end and said, just don't buy it, don't waste your money. Now, I think what I said was they make a kit version of this guitar. It's the same price, so maybe just buy this one because it's pre-painted and then fix the neck pocket. I don't know. But hopefully people understand that the channel is about looking for a good quality instrument. You know, good machining, good sanding, good finish, good tuning keys, good pickups. And all that's qualifiable by price. I'm not picking on a $200 guitar and saying, well, this thing's horrible, it's got awful pickups in it. I try to look at how well it was made and the price point. I point out all the bad, and then I try to say, look, it's a $200 guitar. You can expect so-so tuners, you can expect so-so pickups, but the fretwork and the body work on the guitar is good. If you buy this guitar and you buy pickups and tuning keys for it, you're not throwing your money away. The rest of the guitar is good. There's no sense in buying a $200 instrument and the fretwork is bad, the tuners are bad, there's nothing there to salvage. The fit and finish is horrible. Why would you put tuners and new pickups in a guitar that the fit and finish is awful? You know, it's got blemishes in the finish, or they misrouted it, or they bored the holes wrong for the tremolo. That's not something that you want to dump money on because it's not worth it. But if you can find a budget instrument that's well machined, okay, that has a good finish and decent fretwork, something that you can work with, yes, I 100% agree. Buy that guitar. You can put some pickups in it, maybe some tuning keys in it. You can be under the $500 price mark, and you can have a solid instrument below $500. I agree with that. So what we try to do is we try to at least find those budget instruments to where if you buy it, you know, hey, I can do this to it, and I can make this a $500 or $600 guitar. Or I do review it and go, yeah, it's got low frets. The company's bad for low frets, you know. And then when people start posting, yeah, the fretwork's bad, the fit and finish is bad, the finish is bad, then you go, well, do I want to buy that guitar and put $150 worth of tuning keys and semi-budget friendly pickups in it and all my work when the guitar itself isn't that good? So hopefully people that come in and watch the channel kind of get that, if that makes sense. That's why I started the channel, to offset all the channels on YouTube. Some of them are getting really bad, guys. I'm not mentioning any channels, but there's 2 or 3 that I pay attention to that, in my opinion, have just completely jumped the shark on Leo James and some of these other brands. I'm going to order another one here soon. It's been a year, but I have a feeling they have not changed that much in the last year. If so, I would be hearing the parrots that are on YouTube talking about how much better they've gotten. And I really haven't. I just hear them parroting the exact same thing over and over and over again about the product. But there's 2 or 3 channels that have just really jumped the shark on this stuff.
Steve said a little bit ago, isn't it hot cocoa time?
Yeah, it actually is, guys. 'Cause my voice is kicking. I don't know how long we've been on here.
Your voice is kicking.
It is. It's very sore. Looks like an hour and 14 minutes. So if you're not familiar with the channel, I know you just heard me ranting over other YouTube channels. You did not have to subscribe to chat. And if you're watching and you're not subscribing, and you didn't chat because you thought you had to be a subscriber, guess what? You missed the whole beginning of the show. You could have been talking to all the fantastic people that's in here chatting. I want that. I want you to come in and be a part of the community. I just sit up here and yak and talk about my experiences. This channel is more about guitar reviews and fixing your guitars. This stream is supposed to be the modern day go to your music store and hang out type thing. Your opinion is just as valuable as my opinion. I don't want my opinion to outweigh your opinion. Put your opinion in the chat. When we all come together and you weigh out everyone, then you're going to have a better understanding. It's not just what I see, it's what the other people that have that product sees. Okay? Maybe they can explain it to you in a better way. Maybe I'm not reaching you, or you're not understanding what I'm saying. Someone else in the chat might go, oh, well, this is what he means by that. He's just saying this. That happens a lot, and I need that help. And that's what the members here do. There are no paid members here. I'm not doing member-only videos. I'm not doing Patreon. This channel is supported by Super Chats. That's what funds our guitar giveaways. That's what funds the channel. There's no commercials. Now, you will get commercials if you're watching this later. But this is a live show, so usually after 2 weeks, it doesn't get too many views anyway. People see the date. They go, oh, wait, it's an old show. I'm not interested. I'll catch the next new one. So there's no commercials during the live stream. I want you guys to enjoy and come in and chat. That brings me to the point, we're going to take a 5-minute break. This allows you to hit the restroom, get some treats, get a drink. Might be a little over 5 minutes because we went over, and we'll probably just do one break and then another hour and 15 minutes on the back end. So hopefully, if you haven't subscribed, you'll go down, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you're going to leave, go check out some videos on the main channel and come back to the stream. If you click out and back in, YouTube counts that as a view. Whether or not it is or not, I don't really know. But if you click in and out, it's considered a view. We're going to take our 5-minute break, and we'll be back. Continue chatting. Let's get that chat rate up, guys. Okay, guys. Didn't do cocoa. Got a Monster out of the fridge, so it's nice and cold. Good stuff. So next week, next Thursday, what I'd like to do is we're going to do the review on the RGAs. We do have 2 of them, so I'm going to review the one I just purchased, simply because it's brand new and out of the box, factory setup. I do believe that over the last 6 months I've done some fine tuning on some of the saddles as I've played that guitar. So I don't think I've made a truss rod adjustment on it, but still I think I have played with the saddles. So I want to look at the one we just picked up and use that one as the base, and then we can go over the general fit and finish on both of them. I can already tell you, fit and finish on them's great. The one I just picked up does have a little flaw in the finish that I pointed out, a little dust got in the finish. Linnell's has absolutely no dust or anything in the finish. Both the necks feel great. The tuning keys feel exactly the same. Both bridges feel okay. But when we do the review, I'll be super picky. I'll go over the screws on the bridge, and we'll really tear the guitars apart and see everything about it. Just playing my new one, I like it. I like the way it feels in my hand. And again, I think that the high E setting is probably a little high. That's why I think I made adjustments to hers. But we're going to look at how it was set up from the factory. That's a good idea if you purchase one, how you're going to receive it. So next Thursday night, we'll do a full review on the RGA. And I know our last review on the Jet, I always go back and watch the review. We did not check the intonation and first fretted note on the Jet. I apologize. I really need to make a list of all the things that we want to check. I think that's what makes the channel different. We're not a demo channel. I want to demo the instrument. I want to do clean, crunch, and high gain sounds. I want you to hear the guitar, but I want to go over the neck thicknesses, the width of the neck, how thick the neck is, where the neck starts to flare out, how the tuning keys feel, how the bridge feels, the fit and finish, the routing. Look at the electronics. That's something else that we didn't do on the Jet. I didn't pull the cover off on the Jet and look in on the electronics. I really need to make a list. That way all that information is done. It's 2-hour video usually when it's edited to cram all that information in. Doing it live and checking all the frets with a fret locker without going into squirrel mode, you've got to be extremely efficient to do a live review like we do and keep it under 2 hours. I would actually say I would have to be like a robot and just go through it. And our last review, we answered questions and stuff. I don't mind doing that, but we also have to look at it. Yes, it's a live review, but it's a review that's going to happen in the future. So someone clicking on that video in 6 months are going to like, well, what's this guy talking about? He's doing a live and he's talking about this or that. I don't know how well that's going to hold up a year from now or a year and a half from now. I try to make content that'll be relatable later on too. And everything disappears. Like you might review a pedal that's here today and gone tomorrow. There's a couple guitars that I've reviewed that you can no longer purchase. So it's kind of hard to judge what's going to be sustainable, if that makes sense. I still have guitar reviews though that do well, that still get a lot of reviews. Some of Valgoa reviews and some of the Firefly reviews get quite a few, clicks each month. It's actually quite impressive. And some of my guitar mod videos, they were really slow out of the gate. Okay, they didn't hump up and then level off. They're just really slow. But that line has been consistent over a whole year, and they have built up views. But they never get the instant 300 views or 400 views in one day. They always get, it's a slow mover all the way across. I have no issues with that as long as if I look back a year from now and people have clicked on it and they've learned something, you know, especially if they didn't know how to do something and now they get it. You know, they can grab their guitar and fix it. That's why they clicked on the video. How can I do this? So as long as I can do that, I think it's good content. So next Thursday, we're going to do the Ibanez RGA reviews. And the Gretsch, if I do get the guitar next week, we're not going to do a live review on that. I will do a recorded review simply because we're going to do the RGA next week. I like doing the recorded views. I think it's just a little smoother. I have to post videos along with the live. YouTube kind of likes that. So I kind of need to do both. Now, something I want to bounce ideas off you guys. I've talked to a couple different people about it. I cover so many different topics during the reviews and working on frets and replacing pickups. And I tell people, well, just go check out this. And it's hard just to go, well, I want to know how to shim a Floyd Rose tremolo. I just want to know how to file a nut to get my first fretted note close and to get my, you know, the action height right up on my first fret. So what I'm thinking about doing is a series of videos that are very short, like 15-minute videos that cover one thing. How do you shim a Floyd Rose saddle? What's the process? Because each saddle's a little thicker. Do you just keep 1, 2, 3 in the exact same spot and put the shim under it? No. You might take the number 2 saddle and put it in the 1 position and not use a shim, and then put a larger shim under the number 1 saddle in the 2 position. Why would you do that? Well, you would do that because when you add the shim under the 2, it's too much. So you put the 2 in the 1 and then the 1 in the 2 spot and then add a shim or 2 shims. Sometimes you have to do that. A high grade saddle will give you the distance from the plate to the bridge point, the crossover point of the string. Floyd Rose doesn't do that. It's just marked 1, 2, 3. A lot of your inexpensive saddles will be done that way. If you turn your saddle over and it is laser etched, you can calculate it. You can measure off your 12th and you can go, okay, I need to raise it this month, and you know how much shim to put under it. The next issue is shim thicknesses. There's only like 2 different sizes of shims that you can reasonably get for the Floyd Rose. So you still may have to move your saddles around. So just do a quick video on shimming saddles, quick video on cutting the nut, a quick video on doing intonation, that's it. A quick video on, you know, dressing the side of your fret. Then just a video on taping off the neck on the guitar, the tape trick. Just a video on how to polish the frets. These could all be done in little 15-minute videos. And I think once I got 15 or 20 videos in this video group, it would be far easier for someone to come in and get that information versus watching one of my previous videos that kind of cover everything in one video. That way they're not searching. It's an attention span thing, and I think what we're seeing with YouTube Shorts and the shorter content is it's just an attention span. So if I can keep people involved on just that one item, not give them too much information. I think sometimes I lose people because I'm just flooding them with just too much information. So breaking that information down, I think I can make the channel a little more user-friendly for people that are learning. If you guys agree with that, please put in the chat. You think that would be a great idea? And I can start a new video category and start putting videos in that category. That also means when I release a video and you guys see it and it's like 15 minutes long, you'll be like, wow, it's a 15-minute video for Avery. That's unique. Our last video was the shortest video I think the channel's ever done. It was 30 minutes. Our shortest video, I think, before that was 1 hour and 15 minutes. So we're definitely a long content channel. We don't do short stuff. So I think maybe this might be a way of getting that other audience in on the channel. Tell me what you guys think. If you guys are interested in that type of content and that information all in one consolidated point. Over the next year, when working on guitars that come in, I can say, okay, this guitar, I'm just going to film the fret polishing. I'm just going to show you how to dress the end of the fret. In 15 minutes, I can show you a basic fret dressing and what's called a double chamfered fret dressing. I can show you both techniques. If you want to do this basic fret dressing, the info will be there. And if you want to take the extra hour or two and do a double chamfered fret, the information will be right there. Then do a separate video on how to level the frets, mark them, and do a basic crowning.
Mikey says he likes the idea.
Yeah, I think it would be okay. I think that's the next logical position for the channel. But the live reviews are cool too, guys, because there's no trickery. Some people say, well, oh, you're doing this or you're doing that. With the live review, you really can't cheat, and you get my first impression. When I record the review, you still get my first impression. I don't go back and re-record something. If I open something up and it's screwed up, you guys will see it. None like the one review with the Donner where I got up and didn't realize the camera was still on. But I think you guys already knew how I felt about that guitar long before the end of that video. You can tell by my facial expressions and how I word things. I'm really careful how I word things. I don't want to throw any manufacturer under the bus, but at the same time, I'm obligated to explain to you guys whether or not it's a quality product. Which we have more subscribers than a lot of channels that get free stuff. The reason companies don't reach out to us is, in my opinion, they don't feel confident in their product. If they did feel confident in their product, they would send me something. They don't even have to give it to me. I will send it back to them. I don't want a free product. But if you're going to give me the opportunity to review the product, send it to me. I'll review it and I'll send it back to you. I'll do that for you. But they don't, because I truly feel that someone with the woodworking background, CNC background, luthier background, if you want to call me that, or a guitar tech, which I will call myself that, someone with that background, they're like, we would rather send this guitar to a demo channel, just someone that plays guitar that really doesn't know this or this, that's just going to pick the guitar up, plug it into an amp and say it's great. Might know a little bit, but that's it. That's what they want. They want the infomercial. That's not what this channel is. So if you guys know manufacturers that you feel would want to come on this channel, I have never said anything negative about a product or a company. I may have said not buy it, but I don't pin it on the company. I always give the company the opportunity. I gave Leo James the opportunity. They responded to one of my videos. And I said, guys, if you disagree with the video, send me another guitar. Maybe I got a bad one. And they were like, no, thank you. Well, if I got a bad one, I'll send you this one. You send me another one. And I'll review that one. Why? Because it was going to come from Amazon. So if they know they're sending it to you, they have the opportunity to go in there and tweak the product or this or that. I don't want that. I want to receive the product just like you guys. You know, when that guy at Amazon takes the little fork truck down the aisle and he goes up and he grabs the box and he throws it on the fork truck and then he throws it on the loading dock and then the loaders throw it in the truck and then they throw it on your front porch. That's what I want. I want that box just like you would get it. Okay? Now, your distribution center might be easier on the product or harder on the product. Depends on your distribution center. But ours has been hit and miss. Sometimes you get it and it looks like they drug the box down the street. Now, I've had problems with UPS, UPS, FedEx. You know, it really depends. I've had some pretty rough looking boxes. And so far, pretty good results on what's on the inside of the box. Manufacturers have really stepped up the game on how they package things. So I think they've gotten a little leery of how these shipping companies do. And I think most of them have added a little bit of extra padding, extra cardboard in the box, trying to prevent some of that from happening. But I want the product to come just like you guys. If they know it's coming to me, and I'm not a big channel, we're a little teeny weeny channel. But I think the channel has a reputation. And some people would say I'm overly picky or this or that. That's fine. Again, I want to qualify. Someone watching right now might be really picky on the frets. Someone else might be really picky on tuning keys. Somebody else might be really picky on the finish on the guitar, or the back of the neck, or how the pickup sounds, or how the knobs feel. So that means I have to be picky on everything. Just because you're picky at the way it sounds, that doesn't mean somebody else might be picky about the fret dressing. And they don't care if it's got a scratch. They just want to know how the frets feel. Somebody else might, well, what's it sound like? Or how's the tuning keys feel? You know? So I want to cover everything as well as I can and try to describe it as well as I can for the viewer. I talked about it a little bit before break. I got that message today. Hopefully the gentleman will understand that this channel is not a fast growing, we want just people to click on it because it's an infomercial or a demo channel. There's enough of that on YouTube. And if I wanted to do that, I'm sure we would have 3 times the subscribers that we have right now. If I just got on here and wailed on the guitar a little bit and said it was great and did Amazon affiliate links. If I would have said yes to Gunther over a year ago, they haven't reached back out to me because I said, no, you can't own the rights to my video. You're not going to use my video any way you see fit for a set of $30 tuners. I will leave the video up for 1 year, but you're not going to use my video on Amazon and all these other platforms. You're not. I'm not going to work that hard for a set of $35 tuners. I'm not. And they just like, well, we don't have a deal then. Okay, we don't have a deal. I don't want your product. If you're wanting me to work that hard for a set of $35 tuners and then you're going to splash it all over the internet, I have no interest in that. But there's other channels that will. And those channels that did that, of course, they reach back out to them. Hey, here's a bridge. Will you do it? Well, when you agree to it, you may not realize it, but they can use that on Amazon. If they post a new product or post that product on Amazon, they can put your video under the pictures. They'll put a little video there, and that'll be you. And I know right now I can go to Amazon and look at 6 different products, and I'll see 6 different YouTube channels. And I saw one last week that blew my mind, okay? The guy's like 10 years younger than he is right now, and I had to look twice. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's from YouTube. And it was from 10 years ago, and they're still using that man's video. I guarantee you, if I reached out to them, he would now say, yeah, I screwed up. There's no freaking way I should have done that video. because they're still, oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Juke. Like I said, that's what supports the channel is the super chats, guys. I don't want to ever be in that position, and that's why you don't see me really reviewing sponsored stuff from JoYo.
Steve said, wouldn't your vids being on Amazon be good advertisement for the channel? Just curious.
I thought about that too. The problem with it is, Steve, it's not limited just to Amazon. So let's say Gunther takes your video. They can use it on X. They can use it on all these different platforms. Okay? And you're talking about what YouTube pays, the cheap rate per view YouTube pays. You're talking about this rate. So if someone watched your video 100,000 times, you get this. What I do here is an awful business model. If you want to talk about an awful business model, YouTube. This is an awful business model.
Searching for Tone said his videos are all over Amazon. He thinks it's actually kind of cool. LOL.
Yeah, I just can't see it that way, Brian. I can't. That's why I haven't done it. Maybe my views will change. I view it as if I do that video, okay, for a set of tuners. This is, Brian, I get what you're saying. Now listen to this point of view. Excuse me. And I've seen it on Amazon. They will show a video of someone, and Gunther did this, testing their tuners. And it's not the exact same product. They've made a change to that product. But they post that video. So now you do the video, let's say 3 years from now, the tuner looks the same, but they change vendors. And all this stuff from made from China, that's what they do. They might make, let's say, 1,000 units, okay, by Joe Blow Tuner Manufacturing in Guangdong, China, okay? And Joe Blow Tuner Company, they do a great job because they want Gunther's business. Well, after 2 or 3 years, the prices start bumping up, and Gunther goes, you know what? When we started buying these tuners with our branded name on it, we were paying this for it. Now we're paying $1 more a tuner. We can get it from Harry Beard Tuners in Singapore, China, for what you were charging us 3 years ago. We're going to have them manufacture it. Exact same spec, but Harry Beard Tuners take that spec and they build it. It looks exactly the same, but it's not the same tuner. They still use your tuner, your ad, because it's the exact same product number. But now it's made by a different vendor. And now that tuner sucks. Now your name is tied to it. That's why you want to limit the amount of time. That's why I told them, I'll leave the video up for 1 year, max. Because you got to think, they have to reorder and then resupply. I think 1 year is too much. For some of these one-off companies, I guarantee you, Gunther is placing an order for those tuners more than once a year. I'm guessing. So I said 1 year just for that reason. I don't want to be affiliated where 5 production runs later, when they've cheapened that product, and now someone gets it. Oh, Avery at Music Gear said these things were great. These freaking things suck. He's a shill. I don't want that. So if I have to continue to buy products and qualify it, and I've done, you guys hear me say this a lot, this production run is good because I know what Firefly does. I have bought enough Fireflies and Leo James to know if you get a good one and then they sell out, well, when that thing comes back in stock, there's no guarantee that that product is going to be like the one your buddy got that was awesome. It's a completely different production run. All the fixtures, all the tooling, everything has changed. That person has to put that tooling back on the assembly line and re-engage that CNC and run those programs, is it going to be the same? Are they going to use the exact same pickup, the exact same tuners, the exact same finish? Is the bits going to be as good, or are they still using the tooling that they had 2 months ago during the first production run? Now the tooling is worn out, and they're like, yeah, we can squeak another 100 guitars out of this CMT bit. This spiral bit will make another 100 bodies. And you get it? And guess what? Now you got the tear out on the bodies. And now why do I say tear out? Mikey's right here in the chat. Mikey can tell you his latest Firefly has tear out all the way around the binding. Why? Because whoever at the plant that day kept running bodies and that bit was dull. You wouldn't set the machine up, okay, to do tear out. So they set the feet per minute and the rate and the RPM up with a sharp bit or a better bit, and it was running fine. 50 bodies later, the bit's not sharp, they don't slow the machine down, now it's chipping the laminate. That's what happens. These are, I call them fast guitars. Are there anything wrong with fast guitars? Fast guitars, you can get a good fast guitar. But I'm gonna limit my name on that product by production run. And that's why at the end of my videos, I always say, if you've bought this product, please post. You know, and sometimes I'll say, please post. Let me know when you got it. Okay? Because Ibanez, all these companies, they all do the same thing. The difference in Ibanez is instead of Firefly going to long nose guitar company in China and saying, okay, we need 500 guitars, Ibanez calls up court and says, okay, we're doing these 4 models of the RGA and we need 3,000 of each. Okay, I don't know how many. That would be like 5,000 guitars. I'm assuming Ibanez could do 5,000 RGAs in this cycle run. I'm assuming. Court's going to look at that order and go, wow, that's 5,000 guitars. And the other guy's going to go, well, you know, we also make all the Ibanez gems. And they come in 3 different colors. And they ordered 5,000 of those last month. And we also make the Ibanez S model with the new bridge. They just ordered 7,000 because that's a brand new release. So they're kind of going, wow, they give us a lot of business. We need to keep our A game here. They're setting up their tooling. They're making a lot more guitars. Okay? If there is an issue, they're not going to push through it like a 50 guitar run or a 100 guitar run. These are things that we need to understand. That's why I limited on it. I don't want Gunther, or however you pronounce that company, to have rights to a video that I did last year on a product that may or may not be the exact same product. I just don't want that, if that makes sense. That's why when I emailed them back, I said, I'll leave the video up on YouTube for 1 year. I retain the rights, and you do not have the right to use my video on any other platform without my permission and without me saying how long it can be there. And they sent me a thing back. Oh, great to hear back from you. We just need to work out these few details. Please sign below. And it was the exact same BS crap they sent me the last time. That they have the right to the video, that they can do this with it, and you get the free product. I'm like, nah. And I sent them the thing back. Look, guys, you guys aren't getting it. I'm doing the video. I will leave it up for 1 year. If you want to send me a set of free tuners, I will work my butt off for that $30. And that's what you're doing. You're going to work your tail off for $30 for one freaking set of tuners. And they're going to get free advertising for a year. You are just screwing yourself. I hate to say it that way, but if you take that deal, you are screwing yourself. That's just business. I can make $30 in 40 minutes at work. I'm going to take $30 and do a 30-minute video plus 3 or 4 hours of editing. That's insane math. They should go to me and say, okay, would you do a video? We'll send you 10 sets of tuners and you can do giveaways on your channel. That makes more sense to me. Send me 10 sets of free tuners. I'm going to review the first set, maybe put them on one of the giveaway guitars. And then I'll give away 9 sets of tuners to people on the channel. And every time I do it, that's going to be free advertising for you. That's not just one video. That's going to be 10 different videos that I give away that your product's going to be out. No, they had no interest in it. So I'm not going to work for $30 and have my name thrown out like that. That's just me. So I hope if you have a YouTube channel and you're like us, small channels, keep that in mind. The things that we do right now have a big bearing on the future. The reviews that I did a year and a half ago still impact me today. That Leo James review that I was talking about earlier, that was my most, I guess, what do you say, flagrant, whatever, where you just kind of go, this thing sucks, don't buy it. That was the only video that I've ever done that was kind of like, you know what, guys, I got on camera and I said, just don't waste your time. This thing is not worth buying. And I still get posts to this day going, well, you're kind of hard on this guitar company. And when I told the guy, I said, look, I've reviewed enough Leo James to know they have bad fret leveling. And I love the Monsoon. I've done 2 Monsoons. Both Monsoons, I like the way they play. I do. They feel good in your hand. It sounds good. But the first Monsoon, the pickups, they just flopped around. You'd shake the guitar and the pickups did this on it. And the tuning keys were so bad, I thought they were going to break when I turned them.
Jupe said those strings you put on the Kramer are awesome. He's going to use them on his other guitars.
Yes, those are good strings. Strings make a big difference too. When you order a Firefly was bad. You get the Firefly and you look at your fingers and your fingers are black. A good set of strings, guys, is $18 for a good set. You can get a cheaper good set for $12 and you can put your generic strings on, you know, super slinky, something like that tarnishes pretty quick. They're about $8. But they don't even give you that. They're putting such a cheap string on that guitar just to put strings on it. Firefly was atrocious for that. I did not have that problem with Leo James. My fingers never turned black playing a Leo James guitar. But what I noticed across the board was just horrible fretwork. The frets weren't seated. I don't think I reviewed a Leo James where I didn't strum it and the strings got hung up on the frets because they didn't push the fret in and it was getting hung up underneath the ball end. I never reviewed a Leo James that did not have a low fret. There's the difference. A low fret means you got to sand them all. With Firefly, Valgoa, West Creek, all the other guitars that I've done reviews on, I did a West Creek like 2 years ago. Out of the box, it was unplayable. The neck was bowed this way, so the strings were touching the center of the frets. Once I adjusted the truss rod, it was a great playing guitar. I didn't have to change the action height or anything. I just did a neck adjustment. But out of the box, if a parent bought that guitar for their kid, that guitar would have went back. Because that parent and that kid just starting out, they don't know how to take the truss rod cover off and make a truss rod adjustment. And I said that in the video. It was such a shame because that West Creek, it was a DC, it was a double cut with one single P90 in it. Go back and watch the video. I really liked that guitar. But right out of the box, the guitar was unplayable. Truss rod adjustment. Now, is that West Creek's fault? Is it Amazon's fault? How was it stored? I don't know. I just know when I received it, it was non-playable. When you strummed the strings, they were hitting the frets in the center. There was that much bow in the neck. But once I corrected the neck, it was a great playing guitar. But that guitar would have went back. No one would have kept that guitar. We just got a bunch of noise. I don't know what that was.
That was me.
That's Linnell in the kitchen. I thought a cord shorted out. But that guitar would have went back to Amazon. Because a family ordering a beginner's guitar for their kid, they would have got it, well, you can't even strum, you can't form a chord with it. Does that kind of make sense? So, we're looking for stuff like that too. I don't know where all this started. I'm just kind of rambling. I was doing a lot of soul searching today as far as YouTube is concerned, and reading the comments on my channel made me second guess a lot of things. You know, I'm not overly worried about it because I was talking to Steve earlier today, and I don't do this for a living. So I don't count on Gunther, Firefly, Leo James, Amazon, StewMac, Sweetwater, Guitar Center. I don't depend on links. Now, if you go back, you will see I had some Amazon links at one time. Amazon sucks. The reason I say that, I've got a tax issue with my Amazon account, okay? I wanted to expand into Canada, okay, to be able to see it. And when I did it, you can't manually click out of it. So my Social Security number will not cover me in Canada. So none of my affiliate links work because I made that change. That was over a year and a half ago. Can't get it fixed. The only way I can fix it is to start a whole new affiliate program. It's not worth it. But here's how links work. When you watch these other channels, in reality, they don't care if you buy the product. They just want you to click on the link. Now here's the caveat. And I didn't know this until one of our moderators told me about it. He said, I buy everything from Amazon after clicking on your link. I'm like, okay. He goes, well, pay attention. After I click on my link, if I buy groceries, you get a commission. And you do. So if you go to Joe Blow YouTube channel and you click on their Amazon affiliate link and you don't buy the guitar, they don't care. As long as you don't click on another link for 7 days, anything you buy on Amazon, it could be tampons. It could be a can of beans. It can be curtains. It can be a serpentine belt for your car.
Malachi has to go.
They get the commission off that. Okay, Malachi, thank you so much for coming in the group, man. It's always good to see people coming in each week. That's what makes the channel what it is. Everyone gets to know everybody. It's a family experience. So I want you guys to understand, they don't necessarily, people go, well, they don't make any money on that guitar. On a guitar, let's say a $250 guitar, I think I sold 4 guitars with my Amazon links. Made about $4 per guitar, $3 per guitar. Where I made my money was if that person come back and bought other things on Amazon. And the best month I ever had on Amazon was about 20 bucks. If you bought your groceries or your furnace filters and stuff like that, you get the commission on it. Because I would start looking, I'm like, well, why in the world is there air conditioner, furnace filters on here? This guy bought a bunch of beans. This person bought pantyhose. This person bought underwear. I'm like, I can't see who bought it, but I can see someone bought underwear. Someone bought pantyhose. Someone bought beans. Somebody bought car parts. And I'm like, what's this got to do with it? And then come to find out, your link ties to their IP. And anything they buy for 7 days on Amazon, they get the commission for. So if I do start the Amazon program over again, keep that in mind, guys. Before you go to Amazon and you want to support a channel, whether it's my channel or Brian's channel, doesn't matter. click on one of their affiliate links and go shopping on Amazon. They're going to get the commission. You're not going to pay any more for that product. The product price stays the same. But whoever's link you clicked on, they're getting that commission. Whether you bought a guitar, a pedal, or you bought beans, or you bought a new air conditioner, or you bought a new front door, or you bought a car off Amazon, new China car or something. It doesn't matter. They're going to get that commission. So I haven't crossed that bridge for that reason. I did at one time. It's just, I don't do this for a living. And talking to Steve earlier, I kind of get it. I have my job, and that keeps this channel honest because I'm not dependent on Amazon. I'm not dependent on that check from YouTube. I've been on here, I'll just tell you guys, so far to date, it was what, $1,700?
I think so.
It's like $1,700 for 3 years of work on YouTube. And that's including your all super chats. So that tells you how much Amazon pays in ads. Because you guys bought the Fender and you bought the Jet. So let's just take those two guitars, our price, out of that $1,700. Now let's take the Joyo pedals that we bought to give away. So in ad revenue, YouTube don't pay. But that's okay. I'm not making a living here. And I want to keep it that way. And if I can figure out a way of increasing the revenue to where it's not such a burden on you guys, I will do it. And I think the Amazon thing is a good way of doing it. I just need to fix the Amazon links, if that makes sense. What was the other, I forget the other Blue Wrench guy. He doesn't come on that much anymore. I think he's camping right now. He went out camping or he's on vacation over in Europe. I can't remember who it is. Anyway, he was the one, he was buying his groceries. He would deliberately click on my link and then go buy groceries. And I was getting the commission off that. And he knew that. But he did it to help support the channel. Jerry, that's it, Jerry Dover. And he's the one that brought it to my attention. Hey, this is how this works. Did you know that? I'm like, no, I had no clue. And he goes, well, you don't see it? I'm like, well, I was wondering who was buying beans. You know, and he made it a religious thing. If he was going to buy a case of beans or something, he would click on one of my links and then just go shopping and get whatever he wanted, and I would get a commission on it. It was so cool. And then I started paying attention, and I could see it. I could see the trend over 6 months on how it worked. So if we do start it, just keep that in mind, guys. That's a good way of supporting the channel and doing stuff like that. I guess it's rant over. So we've had a lot of people come in and out. Is there any topics that we need to kind of go over, guys? I need to go over to Discord and see if there was anything put in the Discord, because I have not been doing my job, guys. I need to make sure that I do my job. Suggested music. Funny memes, rules and regulations, general questions and topics. Nope, no questions and topics. So we're clear there. Now, guys, remember there is a spot on Discord where you guys can go. If you want to have a topic on the live stream, just go there and post what you want to talk about, and then we'll discuss it on the live stream. That's why it's there. This is the second week in a row that we didn't have a topic, and that's fine. That's no big deal. It doesn't bother me. Just want to keep you guys apprised. That's why that room is there. So if you want to go over bridges or tuning keys or a guitar that you're thinking about buying and you want to discuss it with the group, that's where to put it. Just go there, stick it in there, and then we can bring it up. I guess the next thing we need to go over, I see there's not too many people on here. We had 16. If you're new, we are giving away a Jet JS500. You need to be publicly subscribed to the channel, and then you need to go to Discord and say, yes, I went in on the guitar. And that drawing is going to be on the 29th of this month. So if you want in, the window's getting really short. You have, what, another 13 days, give or take, before we cut it off. We're going to have to cut it off the Thursday night before Saturday. That way it gives time for Devastator to get the little spinny wheel thing set up, and we can, cross our T's and dot our I's to where we know we're right.
Well, you know that Thursday before that Saturday is Thanksgiving, right?
Ooh, yeah, that Thursday is Thanksgiving on Thursday?
Yep.
Ooh, are we doing a stream on Thanksgiving, guys? You guys, please post them below. Yes, we need a Thanksgiving stream. Or, no, I'm going to be with my family. Don't mess with it. Yeah, I just thought about that. It's going to be on a Saturday. We might, if you guys don't want to do a Thanksgiving stream, maybe we could bump it to Wednesday. I don't know. I think it might be cool to do a Thanksgiving stream. I think it would be kind of neat. Let's not do it super late, because a lot of people do Thanksgiving dinner late. So maybe we can do a midday stream on Thursday.
You gotta remember time difference for some people too.
Well, if we did 1 o'clock, that would be like 10 or 11 for some. So it would still be decent.
Devastator and his wife is going to be at his wife's dad's on Thanksgiving. Steve said I'd say no.
Okay.
Jupe says we need to have Avery carve and build the piggy guitar for Penagore.
Oh my gosh. I saw that on Discord, the piggy guitar. I was like, oh my gosh. Who did the AI work on that?
I think that was Zach.
Was it Zach that did the AI work on that?
I
That
think
was
so.
actually pretty funny. Yeah, that would be cool. That would take a lot of time to do. If you don't know what we're talking about, go to the Discord and look at the piggy guitar.
If it's, well, I don't know if it was made public or not.
Okay. Maybe it wasn't made. It might have been private messages. Stefan says, I don't mind either way. Now, we did get Stefan's guitar in. How many people want to look at Stefan's guitar? He did send us a guitar to give away for January. And if Honey wants to start chopping open the box in there, we can do that.
You want me to chop it?
Well, the box, Stefan made sure if it got lost, it knew how to get back to him. So,
I already did all that.
oh, you already took it all off?
You want me to open the box?
Yeah, if you've got, well, I'll go in and get it if you've got all the addresses cleared off.
Yeah, I mean, I can open it. I got the knife.
Oh, yeah, she's going to open it.
You can continue to chit-chat.
Huh?
I said you should continue to chit-chat.
So we're going to check out what Stefan sent us. I'm pretty sure that it is a Washburn. I know the box says Sterling. Are those egg carton thingies?
No, that's a juke thing.
That's a Jupe thing with the egg cartons. Jupe must eat like a tremendous amount of eggs. When he sends us something, there's like 5 dozen egg cartons in the box.
Well, he definitely packed this thing good grief.
It's even got a gig bag.
It's got little styrofoam fuzzy balls on it.
Got styrofoam fuzzy balls on it. Okay. Here's the bag, guys. So this is my first view of it too. Now he has told me that the guitar does need a little bit of work, which if you know the channel, that's no problem. We are going to fix whatever's wrong with it and then do a giveaway on it. Oh my gosh. That's a pretty guitar. It needs a set of strings. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful guitar. Wow. This thing is short. Check that thing out, guys. Look at the cut, how it's angled back here. Oh my gosh, that's like really thin right there. That's a sharp looking guitar. So here's the next guitar giveaway.
Oh my gosh, you had the camera on me. How rude.
Ha! She just now figured that out, guys. Ha! See, sometimes I can be sneaky.
That's awful. My hair is so messy and everything.
What do you guys think? That's sharp looking. Look at how pretty the burst is on that. And this is not a Washburn bridge. It is actually a Floyd Rose Special. So it is a Floyd Rose Special bridge. And he's got a battery underneath that right here to lock the bridge. So humbucker single. No push pulls. It does have a 5-way switch. Needs strings. It's got a broken string. Looking at the frets.
He said the trim arm is in the front of the bag.
It can't have that much playtime on it because there's very little wear on these frets.
And Mikey posted in Discord for you.
Yeah, there's very little wear on these frets, guys. There's no volute on the back of the neck. That's going to be awesome. So here's January's giveaway. Now, you can't enter to win this one until the jet is done. Once the jet is clear, so I guess it would be December 1st, we will start taking entries on the Washburn. And I want everyone in the chat to thank Stefan right now. This is what runs the channel, guys. So, super chat money, and Stefan was not playing this guitar. So to support the channel and help other people, Stefan has donated this guitar, absolutely free. He just sent it to me and said, hey, here's a guitar, I don't play it anymore, let's do a giveaway. So I really want to say thank you so much to Stefan for this. I mean, that is super awesome. If I've got to fix a tuning key or something like that, that's fine. And that really helps the channel, because I think this every other month giving a guitar away and doing the review, like we're going to get some content on fixing it, restringing it, maybe setting up the bridge, whatever it needs, that that's content for people to learn how to take a guitar like this to do it. And then the giveaway. I mean, that's super awesome. So I want to thank Stephen so much for that. And he will be brought up every time the guitar is brought up, that he supported the channel and donated a guitar for the giveaway, especially with a gig bag too. So kind of cool. So that's going to be January's guitar, guys. I'm going to set it over here for right now. That's January's guitar. So keep that in mind. Birdman's like, oh, shucks.
Well, that's because he asked me if I had a sister that was single.
Oh, my
I
gosh.
told him I was an only child.
I'm sorry, Birdman. But you guys are always saying that you wanted a Linnell cam. So I thought for sure she saw me pick the camera up and turn it.
No, all I did was look at you. I didn't look what was in your hand.
So there you go, guys. You guys got to see Linnell a little bit.
How rude.
That's the funny honey. She, I couldn't ask for better. She puts up with me and my hobby and YouTube and work and all that. She still loves me and still pushes me to do things that I'm interested in, if that makes sense. That's what we need in our lives. You gotta. Family is the most important thing. You know, here we've got pets, you know, everything works together. You know, I couldn't ask for someone better. She's great for me. You guys see it. I mean, each week she'll bring me out hot cocoa. Her job is the house and all that kind of stuff. And don't say, oh, you're such a male chauvinist. That's our agreement. I work and bring home X. She works and takes care of this. That's her job. And as long as we can make it on a single income, that's the way I like it. It's very traditional. That's the way I feel it should be. But we live a little simpler. Like, we don't have 2 new vehicles. Our house isn't new. But it allows us to live. We live very well, without a doubt. Even considering the area that we live in, but I like it that way. It's a full-time job to take care of everything here, and it's a full-time job for me to work in the city and do this. So together, we make it work. So everyone just say thank you to Linnell. She does do a lot out there. She does a lot for the channel, sending you guys the guitars, or, you know, receiving the guitars, all the behind the scenes type stuff as far as sending and receiving, and sometimes even getting in contact with people because I just don't have the time. I'm in the basement working on guitars. So she's reaching out saying, hey, Avery's doing this. You know, it's not that I don't want to talk to you. It's just I might just be swamped. So Linnell reaches out to you. Either way, it's still us, if that makes sense. It's a team here. So I want everyone to say thank you to her, and then definitely Stefan for sending me the guitar. We have so many great people. People talk about community. I think we do have a great community, and as it grows, I hope it stays as tight-knitted as it is right now. I think it's great, if that makes sense. Okay, guys, I'm going to check the time. I know my voice is getting sore again. And I want to double check. Yep, we're at 2 hours and 26 minutes. So, unless someone has something new, I think we're going to end the stream, guys. I think we covered a lot of topics.
Mikey put something in Discord for you.
Oh, okay. Let me go to Discord then. Accurate tuner with 50, sweetened tunings and bright HD display. Peterson. Well, if it's a Peterson, I can already tell you it's probably a pretty good tuner. Let me go to Discord. So here's the link that he put in Discord. everything Peterson makes it's going to be a good product. And this is a strobe clip-on tuner. That's pretty freaking cool. That's what I use, Mikey. I have a Peterson. Love my Peterson. But this is really cool. I've never seen a strobe clip-on tuner. Now, I don't know what this one does, but you can set it to read 2 cent off, 1 cent off, 3 cent off. You can pre-program it to do different tunings, already. You just push a button. That's how mine works. On this one, let's see what all it says. Clip-on tuner, Ballinger, Strobo Tune HD features high definition real-time tuning display. 1/10 of a cent. That's really good. Comes with a complete alternative templates and vast array of string, bass, and wind instruments. Yeah, this is everything they make. It's going to be a nice tuner. I never knew they made this one. A clip-on strobe tuner. That's awesome. So this one is the HD, SCHCD. I don't know what the difference in these are. This one's 81, this one's 54. But with a strobe tuner, what you can do, they're so accurate, you can accurately set your intonation. If you've got a tuner that's just doing lights, don't even try to set intonation. You got to have a strobe tuner with the 2 wheels, and they go back and forth. And when they balance out and set 0, it's very accurate.
Steve says, how much better would a Peterson clip-on be than an analog Boss TU2?
TU2. I don't know which one that is. That's pretty accurate. 1/10 of 1 cent. I mean, just fretting the instrument, that is stupid accurate. It really is. That's stupid accurate. And for a clip-on, to be able to pick up the resonant off the wood like that and be that accurate, that's pretty good. Where's my tuner? Everyone has seen my tuner. I think it's downstairs. Now would I say that? Don't see it up here. Well, I have a Peterson strobe. Oh, it's right here. Duh. Right here's my Peterson strobe tuner. I love it. It's a great tuner.
Mikey said it does the same thing as the larger ones.
I don't think it does everything that this one does. This is the Strobe Stomp HD. So if we go into the guitar, let me do this. So you can see you have 2 different things, and they'll rotate it different when it's really out of whack. That is just it's so accurate. And when you set the intonation, the strobe will lock. Believe it or not, it's very hard to get it to lock straight. Okay? When you get it to lock and you're fretting a note, you've got it perfect. When I say it's perfect, it's perfect. Like, I'm just going to barely turn that tuning key. I mean, most tuners wouldn't have picked up that little bit of difference. See how it's falling off right there? It's very, very, very accurate. They make the best tuners. You can spend $1,200 on some of their higher end models, like their bench top tuners. I'm waiting for someone to make a comment about my tuning. Does anyone want to make a comment on the tuning? Probably not. You guys are like, I don't see anything wrong with the tuning. You guys didn't pick up on that? I love this guitar.
Devastator said it's sharp. I don't know what he's talking
It's tuned to half step down. I was waiting for someone to go, oh, he's tuned to half step down.
about. It's sharp, like cheddar.
But yeah. So it's tuned to half step down. So if I go here, that's by ear. Now, let me check it with my tuner. So I was a little off. So your ear's not perfect, just like I just did that by ear. So now the tuner's telling me that this is right. It's got a mean sound. I think I ordered pickups and I really don't need to order pickups. But I want to just tinker. This is going to be my tinker guitar. If I don't like the new pickups, I'll stick the quantums back in it. They respond really well. I'm thinking standard tune. I can't play those. So if we go up, let's see how close I get. By ear. All right, check tune. Pretty close on that one. Pretty close. So the more you use the tuner and the more you just do ear tune, you'll start to sharpen your ear on your tuning. And you can tell I'm having problems pushing with this finger. So when I'm coming, it's hard, but I think even though you're injured, continue to play. I actually think it does kind of help you along. You'll start to realize, like earlier I was playing something, I was coming from here, and I'm like, well, how can I play that with my injured finger? And I'm like, well, instead of coming up and doing how I normally play, maybe I can play it like this. Is that how I normally play it? No, I normally play it. So I'm using these fingers instead of my root. Play like that. You might get a little bit more dexterity in a finger that you don't normally do something with, but now you're kind of forced to use it. You've got a bad finger. How can I do a workaround? Well, when my finger heals, maybe now I've built up enough strength in these two fingers and I can do some other things. I'm having an issue with that, so I'm going to keep working on it. Just keep working on it. I think little things like that makes us better. Hopefully, I'm a diabetic, so it does take, sorry, it takes me a little longer to heal than most, but I'm still playing. But that's why I'm bringing it up. Maybe work around, instead of using this finger and doing bars, maybe I don't have the strength that I have in this one, so I'm using both fingers to do those vibratos on that chord. This one, I don't need to do that. I can push down, I can roll off my thumb. Here, I'm doing more of a roll like this, and I'm not twisting my wrist. If you watch guitar players, some guitar players do the wrist thing. Some, like Steve Vai, do little circles. Some do just a pull. Everyone's going to have their own little technique. If you're struggling and you're like, how's he getting that vibrato? Well, he could be just rolling, his back of his thumb and twisting his wrist. He could be doing this. He could be doing little circles. Just moving your finger back and forth between the frets, believe it or not, will give you a little vibrato. You don't have to bend the string. Just the pressure tension between going forward to the fret, to the back of the fret, forward to the fret. That's what Vai's doing. So when he does the circle, he's bending the note, but he's also getting a little characteristic change because his finger is going closer to the fret and then further away from the fret. It adds a feel and a sound. So might have been one of those things. Maybe he hurt his finger. And he goes, well, how can I do this, without, who knows? But he come up with it, and it's his own little sound. That's how he gets his sound. I don't know where I'm going with this. Just bringing it up. Play different, guys. I want everyone to kind of go, how can I play different? That's what it's about. If everyone just looks at the instrument and approaches it the way they hear it in their head and can go, how can I get what's in my head onto that fingerboard. There's so much creativity, whether it's this group or other musicians on YouTube. When I watch them, I'm like, wow, this guy's like super talented. There's just so much talent out there. Go out and watch some of these guys. We live in a time where you can click on a video and you can see exactly what the guy's doing. When I was learning, we had to sit there with a tape deck, play, rewind, play, rewind, play, rewind. We would wear tapes out trying to figure it out. Now, it's all free. You can click on a concert and watch that artist play that song, and it gives you an idea where he is on the neck and what he's doing. Before, we had no clue. You just had to kind of figure it out. So get out there, learn something that, even if you're struggling with it, get 10% of it. That's 10% of something that you couldn't do before, and you can use that 10% in your playing, whatever it is. All right, guys, we're going to end up the stream, and the strobe tuner, just if you don't have one, and $48 is what you want to spend, $48 for a strobe tuner, in my opinion, is cheap. I paid, when I bought this one was over $200. And I think they make a version of this one now for about $160, $150. And believe me, they have a bench top that's $700 and something, and another one that's over $1,300. Those are, the one for $1,300 is more for people doing baby grand pianos and stuff like that. I don't think you would ever need anything better than the one that I have. It's way good. It has features I don't even use. I just wanted something extremely accurate to be able to set up intonation. And 1/110th of a cent, that's stupid accurate. So Mikey, you can set your intonation with that and be spot on. Don't worry about it. And it's $50. That's a great price. So good deal. All right, guys, we're going to end the stream. We always do our 5-minute end where you guys can finish up your conversation. Again, please go down and hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please go down and hit the subscribe button. We are trying to grow the channel. We are a small channel, but I want the channel to grow. I want more people to find the content here to kind of offset the parrots on YouTube, if that makes sense. I want to be the different channel. And the more people that can post on our reviews and even on our live streams, if you disagree with me, post. Because I'm not the tell-all, if that makes sense. I have an opinion. You guys have an opinion. It's like the Tonewood debate will always be. So it's the exact same thing with setting up guitars. There are 50,000 ways of doing it. We're covering a couple different ways. Hopefully you guys, other people, other luthiers, other techs can join in. Say, I do it this way, and I've had good results. That's what I want the channel to be. I want it to be information, not just from my side, but from your all side as well. All right, guys, thank you so much. If you gave a super chat, thank you so much. If you've donated a guitar, thank you so much. That's what really keeps the channel going. I can't say it enough. We've got an awesome group. If you would have asked me a year ago that I'd be sitting here doing this with the group that comes and hangs out and talks and what goes on in Discord, I would have said, nah, it would never happen. But I can't express my gratitude enough to you guys. And hopefully I will continue to produce content and be a human being that you guys want to socialize with and want to come and hang out with and want to watch my guitar reviews. That's my goal, to be honest and open and have that type of channel. All right, we're going to do our 5-minute ending thing. Please, like I said, hit the like button, subscribe, leave some comments. That's what pushes the video out for YouTube. And we will have a video. It will not be tomorrow. It'll probably be Monday. It's our second video on the Firefly thing. There is one more video after that. In real life, Brian's guitar hits the bench tomorrow. So I'll start We're working on the neck on that guitar, getting it better since it's in such bad shape. And probably on Monday, a Firefly video and another Firefly video over the weekend. Then Brian's content will come out, and hopefully in 2 weeks I'll get the guitar back out to Brian for his giveaway or whatever he plans on doing with it. Thanks a lot, guys. Just trying to keep everyone up in tune. I think we covered everything. Thank you so much for coming, guys. You guys are great.